Hello YouTube, this is the Dentist, and this is ARMA 2, which is a military... zombies. Yeah, this is DayZ, the zombie mod for ARMA 2, which has essentially brought an unknown game from the depths of Steam and brought it all the way up into the bestsellers list. Beating games like Modern Warfare and Skyrim and such like, which would have never happened if it wasn't for this mod. The reason I like this mod is because, one, I like zombie games, but I never found one that I felt properly made you feel like you're... Oh, piss. Run! Run, you fool! Ow! Run! One that ever made you feel like you're actually under threat. If you're wondering why everything looks really crappy, it's because... well, this game is an arse to run. Even on my system, which is like a £2,000 computer, it can't run and record on settings other than pretty much the lowest. So I do apologise for the atrocious sort of texture quality. I need to lose these zombies, so I'm going to run in here. There's stuff there, but I can't grab it yet. Just keep running, just keep running. Need to find somewhere to hide. They're still after me. Run, 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 run. Right. I think we lost them. Okay. Right. So. Yeah. I never found a zombie... Like Left 4 Dead. I mean, the zombies just come at you in waves and waves, and you just mow them down with machine guns and axes that you just find in places you wouldn't find those kind of things. And I never felt like I was fighting to survive. The whole survival horror sort of styling was lost. I mean, even in games like Resident Evil now, it's not survival horror. It's a bit horror, but it's more action horror. There's no survival. I want to feel like I'm fighting for my life. Stalker was damn close. Only problem was, whilst stuff was hard to find, once you found it, it became absurdly common. Like, you would find a gun that was really difficult to find, and then suddenly ammunition for it became absurdly common. And you could just kill everything. It became too easy in the end. Whereas this, it's so brutally unforgiving that the one mistake will kill you. As in, go into an area without checking it and someone else will be waiting there to kill you. Because this is a multiplayer game, this is not single player. This is a multiplayer server-based mod. So, there are other people, other players trying to survive, just like a real zombie apocalypse. And those players are going to have their own goals, their own agendas. They might be looking for food or water or weapons, or they could be looking for people to kill. And I can hear zombies around me, so I'm going to get out of here. Right, that building there. I'm in a city called Electro. I'm just going to get back into my hidey hole, open up the map. I don't have one. Forgot. I only recently died, and I had loads of stuff and friends. And then someone murdered me when I wasn't really looking. So my inattention got me killed. And I lost loads of epic stuff. So I'm now starting again, and I'm going to record this and whack it on the YouTube, because that's what we do. This city is the second largest in the game. It's on the coast. You will always spawn on either the southern or the southeastern coast. And these areas tend to be the biggest hotspots for players, other than two locations to the north, one of which is the largest inland city, and the other is the airfield, which has the highest concentration of military gear in the game. So people are always going there to try and get good guns. That's actually where I last died. There's a zombie on the other side of that wall. We're going to sneak past him. Okay. Now, that building there, the one with the tall, towery job and windows on the side, that's a fire station. That's the best building you can find early game, because that is classed as a military loot building. Don't know why, but this is post-Soviet Russia, or Chinarius as they're calling it. It's basically a part of Russia that broke away after the communist breakdown. And apparently all their firefighters have guns, so we like them, because they've left all their shit lying around. There's a map on the internet you can look up, called Dayz database map, and it has a complete listing of every single loot point in the game, as in like what loot is likely to drop there, what type of loot, and the amount there will be. And this fire station is classified as military, medium size, and general military, which means it will spawn everything up to M4s and maybe some sniper rifles at the lowest sort of likelihood. Now the chance of there being a gun in there is pretty high, so I'm going to make a break for it. And also, zombies currently have an issue, which has been in the game since day one, where they will walk when inside buildings. Now you see there's a box of bullets there, but I can't use them, so I need to find a gun. If I don't, I'm a little bit screwed. Ah! We found an MP5. This is actually quite rare. We're a happy bunny now. Got ourselves an MP5. This is the first time I found a gun like this. Usually I find like a pistol or something. Stanag SD mag. Yeah. Nah, we don't need that right now. I'm gonna go first person because it's crazy. Ooh, more Stanag bags. Stanag is the classification of magazine that is used in like M16s and M4 carbines. They use Stanag magazines. I don't know what Stanag stands for, so don't ask me. I'm now going to take this just because I found quite a lot more of those magazines, so if I find an M4 or an M16, then I can use those. Those things right there are flares. They're bad. Don't hold on to those. Those are chem lights. A little bit better, but I've seen people get killed because of using them, so I'd stay clear. That is a box of ammunition. Those are crushed soda cans. You don't want those. What we want is that little green package, because that's a bandage. Bandages are good. They stop you bleeding. Bleeding is bad. We don't like bleeding. Ooh. Right, he's going to die. No, he didn't. Die, zombie. Oh. There he goes. Right. These bags represent... well, they represent a lot of things, which is really annoying, because it means you've got to search them. So, smoke grenades spawn in there, different kinds of pistol ammo, even some rifle ammo, like Kalashnikov ammo, will spawn in those bags, and, disillude you. Oh god, a player! I'm gonna kill him. Oh, he despawned. Curses. That's a shame. Well, he had a backpack on him. It looked like he had a gun. I couldn't really see. Unfortunately, when it comes to players, the moment you have a gun, you become a target. The moment someone else has a gun, they become a threat. So, it's quite literally a kill or be killed world. Because of other people. I have tried my very best to be a good player and help other people, and 9 times out of 10 it will end up in you getting shot. So I have come to the conclusion that if I believe someone to be unarmed or early starting, then I will not kill them. But if I've got a gun, then as far as I'm concerned, everyone's free game, because I've been killed too many times to take the chance. A bag. Wonderful. Makarov mag. We'll take it, because I don't have a sidearm yet, so I'll collect as much different kinds of sidearm ammo as possible until I find a gun. What's over here? A pile of wood. A pile of wood is good until... oh, matches, even better. Matches are good because you can use them to start a fire, and fires allow you to cook meat. Makarov. Wonderful. Actually, pretty much one of the worst pistols in the game. The only upside of it, and when I say upside, I mean the advantage of having it, is that its ammunition is so sodding common that you can wander around any town, city, whatever, and you will find bullets for it. What's over here? To be honest, I'm finding so many of these Makarov mags, I might start using that instead of the MP5 to save ammo. Let's reload the MP5. Soda can. Drinks. Or watch. Now tell the time. There are some different pistol rounds over there. Now, before the most recent update, the best pistol in the game was basically, let's get the pistol out. It's quieter, actually about the same noise level as the MP5, but ammo is much more common for this. Best pistol in the game, as far as I was concerned, was the M1911 pistol, which I discussed briefly in my receiver video. But in the last update, there seems to have been a problem in that its damage has been completely bollocks. Run. What? Ping too high. Ugh, that happens as well. Okay, well, I've been kicked off the game now, so... Yep, this is a vital part of DayZ. Let's change the filter to DayZ. Go. Try and find the lowest player server that I can join, because players are bad. And as far as I'm concerned, that trying to join a server that has like billions of people on, the life expectancy just plummets. And to be honest, I'd rather live as long as physically possible. Oh, this is a private server. Well, let's find out if I get kicked. Oh, setup complete. Oh, and it's pretty dark as well. Well, let's find out if I get kicked. Tell you what, now that I'm in a different server, whenever you change servers, just to let you know, the loot in all the buildings changes. So, in theory, although this is quite heavily frowned upon, you can... what's this? I've got too many bandages, to be honest. Actually, I can put that in my bag. You have a backpack on your bag, which acts as like extra inventory space. So I can put that in there. I'll probably put that soda can in there as well. Close my bag. I might drop a bandage on the floor and swap it out into there. Close bag, and I'll take that Makarov mag now. I think that zombie might be coming in to get me. Yeah. What's over here? More stuff I don't need. More matches. Matches are usually quite difficult to find. I don't understand why I'm finding them so often. Oh, there's a double-barreled shotgun. Also, if you look, I'll move that across. Every time you change server, your magazines will refill. Which means, as sort of an exploit, yeah, it's an exploit, you can not empty magazines, and as a result, as long as you don't actually finish the magazine, it will never run out of ammo, as long as you change servers often enough. But again, not a tactic that everyone particularly ethically believes in using, but inadvertently most people will end up using this because most people learn to change magazine before the magazine has actually expired. So they often end up with a lot of half-full magazines. But that does mean when they next change server, they have a full mag. I'm just going to stay here and listen. Listen for footsteps. Let's get out the MP5, switch to fully automatic, because if I run into someone, I want to make sure they're as dead as fast as possible. I think it's listed as an office, but if I'm honest, it looks more like a school. So, as far as myself and my friends are concerned, this is a schoolhouse. So, that is what we refer to it as. Someone just died. That's wonderful. When someone dies, it usually means, well, one, they've just died. Two, it also often means that if you see their name repeatedly pop up, it does not mean they're being spawn raped. It means that they are killing themselves over and over and over again until they find the place they want to spawn. Because every time you spawn somewhere new. Let's try to mosey around here. I think I've been in there. What's in here? Cans. Oh, stuff I don't need. Yeah, okay. Often you'll find the coastlines on high player servers, they'll just be littered with dead bodies. Like, every sort of 3 minutes you'll come across a dead person. Unfortunately, they'll only have beginning of game stuff on them. So that means a bandage, some painkillers, a flashlight, and a backpack. And that is all they'll have on them, because that's what you start with in this game. Originally, you would spawn with, I believe it was a revolver, and like 6 or 7 magazines of ammo. And that would last you a while. And the revolver stroke 1911, because they both use the same bullet, 45 caliber ACP. It was a one-hit kill. So 6 rounds in one cylinder of revolver ammo, or 7 rounds in a 1911 mag. That's quite a lot of kills if you were conservative. In later updates, they added the ability to swap ammo between different magazine sizes, as it were. So you could change a revolver magazine into a 1911 magazine. All fair and well, apart from one slight exploit. What's this? Makarov. Apart from the fact that every time you changed the magazine, it would become full again. So, with weapons that had swappable magazines, like 1911 stroke revolvers, or some other guns, like shotguns, for example, have combinable magazines, you could combine the magazine into one size to refill it, combine it back, and then you'd have another full magazine. Just like that. Okay, Schoolhouse wasn't particularly eventful today. Sometimes there's good things. Like this is either a hotel or a pub. We refer to them as pubs. And these have... What? Did that just fall from the ceiling? The fuck? Okay. Slightly confused. See, that's 45 caliber ammo for a revolver, but you can swap it into... Oh, compass. No, you cannot swap it into compass. That is silly. You can swap it into 1911 mags. This is the highest density of loot that you can get for a residential building. So, civilian-style building, which means lots of food, low-level weapons, but often it'll mean low-level... not low-level. It'll mean backpacks, because they count as civilian loot. So you can find a bigger bag. And bigger bags are good, because bigger bags means more crap you can carry. See, the backpack I'm wearing now, I think there are 5 backpacks? 5 or 6, I'm pretty sure there's 5. You start with the second smallest, because there is actually one smaller than the one you have now. But I think the only time you would ever use that backpack is if you lost the one you start with. Oh, food, yay. Sardines. Tasty. Which essentially makes it redundant to almost everybody in existence. Oh, sorry. Whoa, lots of food. Definitely take all that. See, this bag has 8 slots. The smallest one has 6, I believe. The one up from this, which is it's an assault pack, which is like an urban camouflaged sort of small rucksack, has 12 slots. Then there's a bag up from that, which is the Czech backpack. Czech as in Czech Republic. Which has 16 slots. That's probably, for a new player, that's a pretty big jump, because that's twice as big as the backpack they start with. So finding that is a good going. The one up from that, which is the backpack most people will end up with, is the Alice backpack. And that has 20 slots. So that can store either 20 individual items, 4 pistols, because sidearms take up 5 slots of inventory space when not in their respective slot. And long arms, or like MP5s, I mean, any weapon that goes there takes up 10 slots. So an Alice pack can carry 2 full-sized guns, which is good if you're raiding somewhere and you just need to grab stuff. Then there's one up from there, which I've only ever found once, and I had to actually kill someone to get it, which is the Coyote backpack, because this is a Coyote patrol pack. There is a Coyote backpack, which has 24 slots, so it can carry 2 guns and ammunition for each. We've looted everywhere in here, so it's not really worth it anymore. But, on the other hand, that fire station over there is a viable target again, because as I've changed server, new stuff could be in there, so we could find a better gun, or at least more ammunition for this one. Let's make a break for it. Run! Once we've done this, we will grab a can of some kind, whether it be... piss, run. Whether it be tin or soda can, one or the other. We'll grab one of those because there is a hospital in this city, and it's got these big old glass windows on it. And those glass windows have to be broken before you can actually get inside it. And inside there are loads of wonderful medical goodness. And there's a dead person there. That's wonderful. I'm pretty sure he's dead. So what we're going to do, go up here, make sure there's no one waiting for us, because that would suck. Because I don't want to be looting that guy's body and find someone drop down and fill me with lead or an axe. Ah, a shotgun and a Lee Enfield rifle. Now some of you might be thinking, ooh, a rifle, that's got to be good. Yeah, it is. It kills everything in one shot. It's pretty accurate. One downside, it's the second loudest gun in the game. It's the most common rifle in the game, and it's bloody loud. When I say it's loud, I mean not only is the shot it fires extremely distinctive to players, as in they'll know who is shooting what and where they are the moment you open fire, but... oh, an M9. Now, a lot of people say the M9 is a really bad gun because ammo is pretty uncommon, and the Makarov has pretty much more ammo than it, but I tell you what, I like M9s. As a gun, I like them. I just think they look cool. Yeah, that's my reasoning for this. Absolutely no point in other than the fact I like the gun. Right, let's open up this guy and see what's in him. He has an M4 carbine. See, those Stanag mags came in useful in the end. He's got another M9 on him, but he had an M9 SD mag, which is a little odd. Wait, I think I can use those. I'll take that. Right, I took that. Flashlight I've got. He's got bandages. Okay, what's in his bag? He had 30 round AK. Makarov, painkillers. So this guy just got unlucky, because we now got his gun. I got your gun. So sorry, dude. Hope you had a good run. Ooh, hunting knife. That's necessary. This is used to gut animals. So if you kill a cow, you can then gut it and get meat off it. And meat is the best way of getting food. Canned food is good, but you have to keep going into cities to get it. And that's the big problem. Downside to the M4 is it's louder than the MP5. Right. But ammunition for it is easier to find. MP5 ammo is relatively uncommon. Stanag ammunition is fairly common in comparison, because pretty much every military area will have Stanag mags in it. I'm heading for this store with the big windows. This is not a hospital. This is a general store, sort of like a supermarket, Russian style. These are very high density civilian loot. So I'm going to kill this guy. Boom. Ah, this is why we came in here. A Czech backpack. Need to do some zombie murdering first. I missed. You, sir, have been barred from the store. Ha! I'm funny. There's another one. Seriously? Right. Everything's dead. But, just to be sure, I want to check the rest of this shop. Make sure there's no one hiding in the back. Because that does happen sometimes. Seems to be safe. Just make sure there's nothing down here. Nope. Sweet. Okay. Right. Now we set to work. Now over there was that backpack. Now this is a Czech pack. So this is good. This means I've effectively doubled my ability to store things. So what we do is we open the backpack. So this is now saying 16 slots free. So we scroll down to our backpack and open that. So this is what's in my bag. That's telling me how much space is left in theirs. So we move everything across. Like so. That now says empty. That says it's got 11 slots left. So we close the bag. Close that again. Scroll until we find... Stand up. Until we find... Oh, there. Glitch. Come on. Give me the bag. Oop. So close yet so far. This is a slight problem with the sort of... The system of selecting things is a little broken. Up. Just had it. Yep. Nope. Nope. Come on. Derp. Ah. So close. Give me the bag. All my stuff's in there. Ah, there we go. Right, now take, check, backpack. There we go. Ta-da! New bag. So, now we look stylish. We can loot some stuff. So, we'll see what's over here. More Makarov mags. Well, I'm not using a Makarov anymore. I'm using an M9. That's a tent. What you can do is set those up, and then, apparently they're impossible to walk over as well, is as long as that server is running, that will permanently remain there. Which means you can stick as much crap as you want in that tent. And... beans. And it will stay there. Which means you have a permanent supply of items. Zombie, what are you doing? Stop attacking me through walls. Silly. Oh, an M9 SD mag. In a supermarket. That works. Not complaining. More bullets for me. SD refers to the fact that it's designed to be used in suppressed weapons. It's a subsonic bullet. There's pretty much not a lot left for me here, so... Oh, I'll take that back. Soda can. Can pasta. Ooh, a water bottle. Right, water bottles are good because they're the same as a soda can essentially, but difference is you can refill a water bottle, whereas a soda can, once it's been used, it's used. That's it. I don't think there was really anything else I need. So what we're going to do So we're going to grab... Oh, first we need to go into our bag. Need to get something out of this inventory. So a can of soda. We'll put that away. Now we can look at this. I want a can. Give me a can. There we go. Right, this is for the hospital. I'm afraid my donation this year is a empty tin can. There's a zombie in my store. What are you doing in here? You walk away. Very sorry if I'm not teaching like controls and shit like that. I'm more trying to teach concepts of the game. Like how to play rather than what buttons to push. Because I learned the hard way. I pushed the buttons and found out what they did. So if you're watching this video, then this is teaching you how to essentially survive your first day. Especially if you spawn in a city. And if you spawn in Electro, you can pretty much follow this sort of instance for instance and do everything exactly as I'm doing. Because what I'm doing, I would normally be doing a little faster than this. It's a technique I and my friends call ram raiding. So similar to the sort of actual meaning of the word where you drive a truck into a shop, steal everything and then leave immediately. This is a sense of you drive yourself into a city, steal everything, and then leave. Although I'm doing this a little slower than I would normally. Normally I'd be doing this at pretty much breakneck speed to avoid confrontation. But I kind of want to balls. Run. Ow! I'm bleeding. Ah, go away. Okay, he's dead. Right, I'm now bleeding. That little icon in the bottom corner that's flashing, that means I'm bleeding. So we right-click on a bandage and press bandage myself. He'll now go through the actions of putting on a bandage. The little canteen icon above that is how thirsty I am. And the knife and fork underneath shows how hungry I am. So we get the can, we aim quite low, and hold down right-click. And throw the can! Yeah! Broke it in one. Right, now we walk in and see these boxes. These have medical supplies in. These are good. Oh, no, I didn't. I need to select the box. Open the box. Open the box. Okay, don't open the box. Be annoying. Go over to a box that doesn't have stuff. How am I want to open the silly box. Right, we need to find a box that isn't on top of something. Yeah, on a note, this game is a little buggy, so if you try and sort of glitch around something, you'll probably end up breaking your legs. Just to let you know. So, like this situation, you've got to be careful you don't... Press V to vault over something. That's probably the only command you probably should know. Right. Okay, all these things I need. So I need that. Morphine, very good. Morphine is in case you break your leg, because apparently, according to real life, drugs fix broken bones. Yeah. Yeah, the creator of the game decided that morphine is going to be his fix for... See, now we've hit medical mecca. Tons of supplies. Right, we want to go into our backpack. Right, blood bags allow you to restore blood. If you look on the debug monitor, see, the blood usually starts at 12,000. That's the maximum you can have. I lost 900 blood from that encounter with the zombie. Take one EpiPen, because they're not particularly useful. Take some more morphine, because that is definitely useful. Painkillers, just in case. We got spare bandages. Now, you eat food to recover blood. Vault again. 200 blood is recovered from 1 can of food. A cooked steak, on the other hand, will get you 4 times that much. So 400 blood from 1 food. And that will also, at the same time, refill your hunger level. Right, we need to get out of this city, because we've hit pretty much everything that's worth hitting. There is one more building I want to hit, and that's another fire station like that one. But it's far to the north of this city. Go, go, go. And if there are certain sort of levels to the blood. So 12,000 means you're about as healthy as a fucking horse. Or at least a horse that's not being eaten by zombies. There's a fire station next to that big old towery thing. Or a chimney. I think that's a chimney. That's a chimney. if your blood drops to about 9,000, then you run the risk of the next time you are hit by a zombie, that there's a random chance the zombie will knock you to the ground and cause you to fall unconscious. And falling unconscious means the screen goes blurry, you fall on the floor, and your entire HUD disappears, and all of the controls become locked. Even escape. You cannot escape to the main menu if you are unconscious. And you get like an egg timer on the screen, and that shows how long you're going to be unconscious. So that happens at 9,000, and any time below 9,000. If you drop below 7,000, you start losing colour and vision. So you lose all the colours. All the colour went from the world. Yeah, basically that. Fuck me, there's zombies. If you drop below 5,000, you completely lose colour and vision. So colour and vision? Colour and sound, I mean. Duh. God, I'm stupid. You lose colour and vision almost completely. The world goes in black and white, and you can barely hear anything. If you go below that to 3,000, then every second the game essentially rolls a 1 in 100 chance of you just randomly falling unconscious. So that thing about getting locked in the game and lying on the floor and potentially being eaten, yeah, that can potentially happen to you every second. Now, luckily, getting knocked unconscious from blood loss usually lasts about 10 seconds tops. Getting knocked down from unconsciousness from, say, getting hit by a zombie probably lasts about 20, maybe 30 if you're really unlucky. So all those people that walked under ladders today, don't run around with less than 9,000 blood, because you're unlucky. Now, other things can happen to you. I mentioned breaking legs. Yeah. If you're below, I think it's 9,000 blood. I'm pretty sure it's 9,000 blood. Yeah. If you go below 9,000 blood, as well as being able to be knocked out, a zombie can also have a chance of breaking your leg. Right. Let's get the slightly bigger gun out. Yeah, see, this is annoying. Someone's done this. They put barbed wire in the way. You need a toolbox to get rid of it. Or, if they've done it really badly, you can climb over it. I think this guy might know what he's doing. No! This sucks! Yeah, he's done that properly. Which means pretty much everything on that side of the fence I cannot get other than the stuff that's in the fence. Which, for some reason, I can still pick up. There's nothing in there that's useful. That's really annoying. I can't really see what's there, but there could be guns. There could be more ammo. Damn it. There's a dead player. Maybe this douchebag put the fucking fence up. Alright, let's see what this guy's got on him. Ammunition, some beans. Got an axe. Axes are good. Right, now I can cut trees down. Or, if you don't have a primary weapon, you can study the body. Let's have a look. His name was Robotov. It appears he died from an unknown cause. Suspicious. Let's open his bag. What's in his bag? Ooh, a water bottle. I'll totally take that. And an M1911. Now, normally I'd take the M1911, but to be honest, at the moment, the M9's looking like a better option. So I'm going to open my bag and put this water bottle in my bag, the last slot. Because I just don't have enough space for it right now. Right, annoyingly, I now have to abandon this location, because I can't get up the tower. Actually, it's a lie. Lies and slander. I can get up the tower to a degree. If I run this way... Oh, alright, that little red link symbol there means I've essentially disconnected from the server in some way, shape or form. But unless you actually disconnect, I've learnt to pretty much ignore it. What was I talking about? Broken legs. Yeah, that's always a lovely thing to talk about. Yeah, it used to be a case of, my god, my train of thought is completely gone. Right, we can look in here and see if there's anything here I can steal. Oh, static mag, and I can just about reach it through the window. Yay. Give. No space. Right, drop the wood. Bullets. Yay. Anything else I can steal through the window? No, not really. Well, that was worth it. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, at least I got some bullets. Run. Down the ladder. Okay. Right, the thing above the canteen is a thermometer, not something else. I know what you're thinking about. It's a thermometer. That essentially tells you what sort of temperature you are at. Now, in your debug monitor, there used to be an indication of exactly what your temperature was, and it would usually be between 38 to 42. Now, I'm well aware of the fact that if you had a core body temperature of 42, you would be dead. But apparently, according to this game, that's perfectly healthy. Problems only start around... that could have been awkward. Arriving when your body temperature hits about 36 or below. Because then you develop the chance of getting an infection, like disease. And that forces your blood to constantly decrease to the level of 6,000 until you acquire antibiotics. And they're pretty bloody hard to get hold of. Another sort of damage symptom you can get is shock. Shock happens if you injure yourself, as in like break your leg by accident, or if another player starts firing at you. You then go into shock. Now, shock doesn't actually do anything unless you try and sign out. I think they implemented it as a method to try and stop people logging out when they start getting shot at, because it means if you're in shock and you log out, when you log back in, you will instantly put into like a 5-minute knockout session. So you'll be lying on the floor for about 5 minutes, unable to do anything. And this zombie is getting bloody annoying. Die! Good. Unfortunately, that's really loud. Also, it shows you how many zombies you've killed, how many headshots you have, how many people you've murdered, and how many bandits you killed. Now, bandits are people that the Hive, which is essentially the enormous server that all player data is kept on, if you are classed as a bandit if the Hive believes you've killed too many innocent players, essentially. So if you go around killing players that have just started, then you will more often than likely be labelled as a bandit, which means your morality has fallen too low and you aren't really worthy of being called a survivor anymore. So if you keep killing people for their last can of beans, you're a bandit. That's bad, because it means you're a dick. It's easy enough, I suppose, to get labelled as a bandit if you are killing people when they're legitimately firing back at you, and it still counts as a murder. But if you kill someone that's already labelled as a bandit, they go down as a bandit kill, not a murder. So you don't lose morality for killing bandits, but you can't see your morality anymore. There used to be an indicator, and if your morality went too low, your skin would physically change into a dude with like a balaclava on and like all black gear, and you'd be a bandit until your morality went up again. I can't remember how you get morality up. I think by like doing blood transfusions and things like that. Yeah, that's another thing. Blood bags are great, because you know I was talking about how food gives you 200 or 800 blood back. A blood bag insta-fills you. You can have 1 blood left and have broken bones and everything, but a blood bag will instantly replace all the blood you've lost. Unfortunately, to sort of prevent players from being able to lone gun it with billions of blood bags and just live forever, they added a system where only another player can give you a blood bag. And yeah, so if you're soloing it, you then have to eventually rely on a complete stranger to give you blood, or commit genocide on cows and eat all of their organs. It's one or the other. And to be honest, I don't know which one I'd rather do, because genociding cows, as unfun as it sounds, is a lot safer than trusting someone else. Right, now we're coming to the point at which we sort of realise why DayZ is known as Walking Simulator 2012. Because for about half the game, this is what you do. You just run. And it's really dark. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. But I'm sure there are other people that do this. Turn the brightness up. And then if you turn the gamma up, you essentially get night vision. So now, whilst the world is in black and white, because there's so little light, the gamma has now made it so that I can see. It also means you can see. Because you probably couldn't see the last half an hour. I might see if I can find a daytime server, because nighttime sucks ass. If you haven't got night vision, it sucks ass. I had night vision once. That was great. Until I died. Crawled on top of an air traffic... Crawled on top of an air traffic control tower with 300 blood left. And eventually resigned myself to my fate, because none of my friends were near me. And fell off the edge and died. And I had loads of epic stuff. That wasn't the last life. Last life I got shot, which sucked even more. Because I had a ghillie suit. Ghillie suits, for those that don't know, are like suits that make you look like a bush. So you can lie down, and it's practically impossible to see you. So they make great for stealthy, snipey people. People that assault buildings, probably not so much useful, because a running around bush in a building is pretty conspicuous. Unless you're completely tripped out on LSD, and then it's probably totally normal. But I wouldn't know about that. I've got no idea where I'm going. I found a compass, though, so I can find out what direction I'm heading in. Compass even has, like, night vision, glowy goodness. So I'm heading north now. I want to head northeast. No, I don't. Yes, no, I want to head northwest. Because we want to head to a city called Starry Sabor. And at Starry Sabor, there... Ooh, village. There is a series of military tents which essentially come to the second largest military group, I guess. Military grouping of equipment in the game other than the North Airfield. Which means lots of good stuff. Obviously, players go there quite a lot. In fact, I think I've been shot in Starry nearly as many times as I have at the airfield, if not equally. Right, let's see what's in this village, other than zombies. Lots of ammo. Wait. Okay. Thought for a second it was lying to me and said I had another magazine when I didn't. Silly interface, lying to me. Good show, Lie to Me, actually. Recommend anyone to watch it. Got cancelled, unfortunately. All the good shows get cancelled. Swear to God, that shit happens way too much. Okay, someone died. More often than not, players are killing players. Or if he's a noob, then he probably just got swamped by zombies. Believe me, that happens. Wow, where did you all come from? Right, because it's dark, if you look slightly to the bottom right of the debug monitor, there's an ear and an eye. Now that eye represents how visible you are to zombies. The ear represents how much noise you're making to zombies. So at the moment, according to the zombies, I am invisible and not making any noise. I've basically just blinked out of existence to them. And that's awesome, because I can now get past them without having my brains chewed on. Also, each weapon has a level of noise it makes according to zombies, and it's pretty much measurable. Sort of silenced weapons, other than... There's 5... Wait. I think there's 4 silenced weapons, and 1 weapon that is just inherently... Fucking zombie. Inherently quiet. And 2 of those silenced weapons are silent. They do not make any noise to zombies. And that is the MP5 SD6, which is a 5mm, 9mm submachine gun with an integrated suppressor. The other is a silenced version of the gun I have, which is the M9 pistol. There is a silenced version that makes literally no noise. Unfortunately, ammo's pretty uncommon. There are many axes in here. If I wanted to axe, I could axe all day. The other two silenced weapons are a Bison PP-19 submachine gun, which fires 9mm Makarov rounds in a flipping, overtly huge 64-shot magazine. Unfortunately, its ammo is about as rare as fucking God. I mean, he's probably more common than that ammo is. Because around the map, randomly dotted, are helicopter crash sites. And these are sites where, according to the story, a helicopter has flown overhead and mystically decided to nosedive into the ground and explode. And these crash sites are randomly spawned across the map, so you cannot really predict where they are. The only way you can find them is by running through open fields, because that's the only place they spawn, is open fields where there are few trees. And they essentially have the rarest guns in the game on them. So the reason those guns are so rare is because you can't predict where they are. But if you find a helicopter crash site, by chance, chances are you'll find one of those guns. And the PP-19 Bison is one of those guns. And unfortunately, its ammo can only be found at those crash sites. Over the bush. Let's check this house. These houses, which are usually pink if it wasn't so dark, are moderate level residential, so they're often actually pretty decent for finding stuff in. Just make sure there's no one else in here. Zombies or otherwise. Interesting, there's actually nothing in that room. There's hardly anything there. That door scared the crap out of me. I thought it was a person. I don't think there's anything useful here. Nope. Another box of matches. I swear to God, I'm finding so many bloody matches. Right, we want out. Yeah. And the inherently silent weapon is a crossbow. There is actually a crossbow in this game. And the advantages of said crossbow are it is silent, it's relatively common, and ammunition can be, in most cases, retrieved. So, if you fire a bolt at a zombie and kill him, you can run up to him and yank the bolt out and use it again. Downsides are the whole bolt recovery thing isn't perfect. Sometimes you shoot a zombie and he'll basically absorb the bolt, and you can't get it back, no matter what. The other downside is its ammunition doesn't come in magazines, it comes in individual bolts. So realistically, you can only carry about 3 or 4 bolts before you just start filling up your inventory with crossbow bolts. So it's not particularly good to use in long term. Great if you go into a city or somewhere where there's a high zombie count, because you can take out the few zombies that are sort of going for you in one silently, which is good. But it's also a pain in the ass to aim because it has no iron sights. It just has like this flat rail where there obviously was meant to be a scope and there just isn't one. So it's like, yo, use this flat plank to aim. No, we don't know where the middle is, just guess. So it's not very accurate over about 30 meters unless you're a crack shot with a crossbow. We can probably get moving now. So those are essentially the quietest guns in the game. They have a noise... Oh, sorry, I missed out one. The M4A1 CCO SD. So that essentially means, because each part of that name means something. M4A1 means it's an M4A1. Everyone gets that. The CCO means it has a M68. I think it's M68. Yeah, M68 close combat optics, which is like a red dot sight. Sort of a tubular red dot sight. And these are the kind of fields you find crash sites in. I'm getting distracted again. Have it. God damn it, I've got fucking... attention span of a mouse. And the SD part means it's got a silencer. So this has a sight and a silencer, which means it's pretty good, because not only do you not have crappy irons like this does, but you've got a silencer. Reduces the effective range from 300 to 200 meters as the ammunition is slower, so it doesn't do as much damage. Also, in comparison to the MP5 and the M9, the M4 does have a larger auditory range in that it has one. The the M4, the MP5 and M9 don't have an auditory range for zombies. They just cannot hear the gun. You shoot them in the back of the head and they won't hear it. Probably because they're dead, but buddies next to them won't. The M4, on the other hand, even with the silencer, will still alert zombies if you're too close to them. It just means it's bloody hard for them to find where you are. I'm running without the compass up. I don't know where I'm going. Wow, this has been recording for a while. My hard drive must be going, no! God, I'm going to have fun compiling all of this. Yeah, Fraps does that thing where it's like, yo, I'm going to take all this footage and break it into like 1 minute chunks. Because I'm so awesome. No, it's not. Yeah, so the silenced weapons have some downsides in that their ammo is bloody hard to find. I mean, for like an M4, Stanag SD mags are sodding uncommon. I swear that looks like camo netting in the distance. I hate low graphics. That's what I have to do to get this game to actually record at a reasonable frame rate. It's a pain in the ass because this game looks so good at the higher detail levels. Yeah. Wow, I was talking about auditory ranges and then just got completely sidetracked on silenced weapons. Very sorry. Anyway, silenced weapons have a auditory range of 0 to 30 meters on average. Then there are low noise level weapons. Those are Makarovs, any low caliber weapon, so MP5, normal, not the suppressed version. PDW, I think, which is like a mini Uzi. I think that's a low noise level weapon. Then there's moderate noise level weapons, which are sort of intermediate caliber weapons. So M4 carbines, AKs, that's the 74, not the AKM, because the AKM uses the standard, well, I say standard, I mean classic 47 round, which is 7.62 by 39mm. So it's a pretty big bullet compared to the 74, which fires 5.45 by 34. So it's the same length, 39, sorry, same length of round, but it's narrower, and it doesn't make as much noise. In fact, it's actually quite a quiet gun when shooting, so it's not particularly easy for players to find where you are. AKM, on the other hand, has a high level of noise because of the caliber of round it fires. I feel like I'm in the Blair Witch Project. Very scared. Also, this reminds me of Slender, but now I have a gun. Yeah. Yeah. Sort of moderate noise level weapons will have an auditory range of 50 to about 150 meters. And those will constitute sort of, yeah, like I said, M4s, M16s, AK-74s, 1911s and revolvers also count as that. So tree. Yeah, those are moderate level weapons. You can get away with shooting most of those, but you will attract quite a few zombies to some degree. Where am I? Also, if you notice, because I've been running for so long, my sights don't stay straight anymore. So it makes shooting down the sights pretty difficult. High noise weapons are large caliber rounds, so 7.62 mainly. So the M14 with the red dot sight counts as a high noise level weapon. The AKM. I can't think of any. Why can I just not think of guns? Yeah, basically any of those high caliber weapons that fire. I say fully automatic, but yeah, because they balanced it so that even weapons that fire the same caliber of round, they balanced it depending on what kind of weapon it is. And finally, you have very high noise level weapons. Those include the Lee Enfield, and all of the sniper rifles in the game. So DMRs, M24s, the 50 cals. I think the 50 cals are even louder than any other gun. Yeah, actually they are, because high noise level weapons have a noise range of about 150 to 200 meters. They've got quite a small sort of gap because of the pistols in the moderate level drag the lower end of that scale down. Then there's the very high noise level weapons, which are 250 meters minimum, all the way up to the 50 cals, which have a half-kilometer noise level. So you shoot that, like, if you find a 50 cal rifle and shoot it in the middle of a city, you're going to get everything going to eat you. I mean, everything. Oh, there's a church over there. Where are we? I don't know. I'm lost. I'm extremely lost. I wanted to record for an hour because I thought an hour in DayZ would be pretty good. I have no idea where I am. Right, we need to find a street sign of some description. I need a map. Is that? I can't really tell at this distance, but if that car is functioning, I don't think it is. Because there are areas in the map where vehicles spawn. But if that's functioning, then hell yeah. I can't really tell at this distance though, if it's like messed up or not. Because if it's messed up, then it's useless. But if it's not, then yay to me. I can't really tell. It's annoying. I need to drink. See that blinking? That means you're close to bleeding of thirst, apparently. Because apparently being thirsty makes you bleed. Yeah, if you spend too long at the level of that thirst, then you start losing blood, which isn't fun. I can't really tell if that car's. I don't think it is, but it could be. No, I don't think it is. It's propped up on bricks. That's definitely not functioning. You, Mr. Zombie, you are not wanted. I do not want you. If you crouch and run, you move at nearly the same speed as if you are bolt upright and running, but you make a hell of a lot less noise. So this is basically the way most players will make their round. Ooh, water. That's good. Right. This means I can fill up that canteen I've got. So we right click, fill water. Wonderful. Why does the dog want in? No, doggy. Porches like this can have loot in them. That one doesn't. The dog wants in. Enter, doggy. Ooh, there's a big barn up there. Wait, getting distracted. Need to find out where I am. Where did that road sign go? I swear there was. Ah, there it is. Miles away. Now, if you double tap Alt in this game, you enter this like free look, so you can run in a direction and keep track of a target. Bloody useful in this game because zombies like to chase you, so you can run in a direction and keep an eye on everything that's trying to eat you. Right, because the graphics are so low. Ooh, running on tarmac is bad. What does this sign say? I think I'm in Moglaveka, because that begins with an M. That's pretty much all I'm going off. Well, I'll leave it at this. I think I'll stop now, because I've got crap tons of stuff now. And for my last act, I'll murder this zombie on fully automatic. Now that was fun. Bye!